Say to the camera, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Tanks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. You dig what I'm saying?
Thank you.
All right, enjoy. All right.
So yesterday, Bill Haney made a new holiday, and he called it Thanksgiving. And for Thanksgiving, he decided he would go out and give back to the people by giving them money from the money that he won when Tank and his son sparred. It's well known that Devin and Tank have had 2 sparring sessions, one at Upton and one in Vegas at the Mayweather gym, where it's rumored that Devin got the better of Tank and that there was money involved and people won money. So today I decided I was in the holiday spirit as well, and I wanted to participate in Thanksgiving. But my way of giving back is going to be helping Bill Haney understand why, even if his son beat Gervonta Davis, he will never beat Gervonta Davis. And they've been trying hard. From the way Tank dresses, to Devin going to get a celebrity girlfriend after Tank went and did it, because I guess he figured that helped Tank's career, to trying to promote Devin by acting like he had a similar story to Tank. You know, in their last fight with Kambosos, the biggest selling point was Devin was this kid from Oakland with a rough upbringing, sort of like Tank being from Baltimore and his upbringing.
Coming from Oakland, man, we were all fighting. You know what I mean? We were all fighting to have an identity. We were all fighting to show that we were the guys, you know? My brother, my son, my uncle, you know what I mean? And we all knew how to fight on the street.
But we all know that's not true. Devin been in the suburbs of Las Vegas since he was 7 years old, with his dad that owned a gym and rode around in Bentleys. Which is fire, by the way. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Any man would aspire to have that upbringing for their son. But the fact they lied about it in the promotion for the Kambosos fight lets you know that they're trying to do anything to get the people to buy into Devin. And they saw that one of the biggest things that made people gravitate towards Tank was the way that he grew up. But Bill, obviously, you see none of that's working. None of it's working. The only thing that people care about when it all boils down is the product you put in the ring. And what Devin been doing in the ring has not been doing it for the fans. Devin is 24 years old. He hasn't finished an opponent since he was 20 years old. And it's not like he'd been in there against the best fighters in the world. At all. His last 2 fights were against George Kambosos. He went 24 rounds with George Kambosos and didn't hurt him one time. Teofimo, who was exhausted and was getting his ass whooped for most of the fight, still had enough to put Kambosos down in the 10th round.
Teofimo Lopez, though, looks like the fresher fighter. And in that last round, the 9th round.
Oh, and is that a knockdown? It is! It was a chopping right hand that he landed in the past fight. In the past round, he kept dipping to that same side. Kambosos finally caught up.
The big thing with Kambosos was that he beat Teofimo. But he beat him by split decision. Yeah, I think he won. I think he won for sure. But did he dominate Teofimo? Hell no. And if Teofimo had anything left in the tank, he probably could have stopped Kambosos in the 11th or 12th, but he was tired. He was done. And Kambosos caught a second win and finished strong and got the win. All credit to him. But to act like he's some world beater is crazy. His last 2 fights before that were split decision wins over Lee Selby and Mickey Bay, who were both out of the ring for a year apiece. And he beat them by split decision. So that was 3 straight fights that he that he won, but he could have lost before he went into the fight with Devin. And before he fought Kambosos, he fought Jojo Diaz, who had 1 fight at 135 before he fought Devin. Well, he had two. He fought the Russian, but the Russian, after he fought Jojo Diaz, went right back down to 130. So they were both 130-pounders fighting at 135. And he didn't even beat him. They fought to a draw. But that's crazy. You don't never hear anybody mention how Jojo Diaz was small. But when Tank knocked Leo Santa Cruz out, a future Hall of Famer, that's all you heard was that Leo Santa Cruz was small. But that's not true. That was just a narrative that y'all been paying. That wasn't true at all.
Well, Abner, the narrative coming in was that Santa Cruz was the smaller guy. We saw at the weigh-in, he had added muscle, and that does not seem to be the case against definitely a more compact, harder puncher, but Santa Cruz is not the smaller guy in this fight.
And before he fought Jojo Diaz, he fought Jorge Linares. Linares had 5 losses going into that fight, all by knockout. Devin Haney is the only loss on Jorge Linares' record that wasn't by knockout. And this isn't like a unique situation, because before he fought Linares, he fought Gamboa, who had 3 losses on his record when he fought Devin Haney, all by knockout. And again, all Gamboa's losses, 5 losses, the only one that didn't stop him was Devin Haney. And remember, that's the fight Devin was popping his shit during the lead up, talking about how he was going to beat Gamboa worse than Tank did. Well, he didn't. It was a letdown. He never even hurt Gamboa. But out of all those letdowns, all those times Devin has failed the fans, failed to put on a show, the biggest one is probably against Alfredo Santiago. Now, I gotta give credit, Alfredo Santiago was undefeated at the time, but it was clear he was not a world-class level boxer. He had no business going the distance with Devin Haney. If Devin is everything y'all telling me that he is, he had no business going the distance with him. And if you look on Alfredo Santiago's record, after the Devin fight, he has a knockout loss. And that knockout loss, as you can see, comes from Ricardo Nunes. If you're not too familiar with who that is, or if your memory ain't serving you correct, let me refresh your memory real quick.
Just the body language of Davis is to kind of be the bully right now. Good left hand right there, and that's staggered. Big left hand in close quarters. Nunez back to the ropes. Tries to fight back, takes another huge left hand.
So Devin, the best fighter in the world, as y'all telling me, went the distance with a fighter that got knocked out by a fighter that Tank knocked out in 2 rounds. But we done buying the wolf tickets, man. Devin gonna have to deliver at some point. We tired of hearing that he's the next Floyd Mayweather, that he came up in the Mayweather gym. Because what he's putting out there in the ring, the product he's putting out there, is nothing like Floyd Mayweather. Stop it. When Floyd started making his run at the titles, these were the top guys in his weight class. And he knocked out 2 of them back to back.
Canvas twice with no official knockdowns, and from that point forward, it was all the blinding speed, the combinations, the technical, professional skill of 21-year-old Floyd Mayweather Jr., who showed that not only was he ready for the...
Yeah, because that's what Mayweather's looking for.
And Mayweather seems a tiny bit confused as to what to do to mount his own offense. Now that Manfredi isn't throwing the jab, but there's a good idea. Mayweather with a right over the top stuns Manfredi.
He's not confused at all. He's just boxing, keeping Manfredi out on the end so he can see Manfredi.
Manfredi in trouble as Mayweather pounds away. Manfredi almost went down. He won't take a knee, but he isn't throwing back. Mayweather pounding, and this one's gonna be stopped too.
When are we going to see this from Devin Haney? Before every fight, we're promised something special and we're not getting it. When are we going to see it? That's all I'm asking. Hopefully it's in the Lomachenko fight that's coming next. Because y'all not fighting Shakur. We know y'all ducking Shakur. We off topic from that. I'm not even pushing that no more. It's clear that y'all running from Shakur. You went interviews talking about they like family now, all this and all that. It's clear y'all don't want Shakur.
On Tank's door, first knocking on Shakur's door. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we developed a relationship with Shakur, his grandfather, and all that. Not to say that we didn't develop a professional, competitive spirit with Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, Tank, and the rest of them.
Shakur, if you hearing this, don't let Bill run no game on you like this. You know, Bill's a true Oakland dude. You ain't gonna meet too many Oakland dudes that ain't got no game. And that's what he doing right now, trying to run game on you. Like he run game on these boxing media and YouTubers. You know, he be running game on all them. He got them all wrapped around his finger. Whatever Bill says do, all of them gonna do it. And he trying to do the same thing to you right here. Trying to keep you off his son's ass. If I was you, I'd be blowing up everybody's phone right now, trying to make that undisputed fight. Don't listen to Bill and Devin telling you y'all gonna get it on in the future. They don't got no plan to fight you. They do not want you at all. So Lomachenko's next. Let's get it from Lomachenko. Lomachenko gets touched in every fight. He was struggling with the size of his last opponent, who's not nearly as skilled as Devin. Let's get a finish. Let's put on the show. Let's make your statement now. I'm tired of listening to y'all gas Devin up before every fight and getting excited for it and then falling asleep halfway through the fight. I'm tired of it. That's why your son will never be Gervonta Davis. Because Gervonta Davis never leave his fans hanging like that.
If you'd have told me that this fight was going to see the 12th round, I would have probably said, you're more than likely wrong. But Gamboa has shown his durability and his ring generalship and how savvy is a straight left. That connected, big right hook. Gamboa got caught again. Davis trying to finish off Gamboa. And Davis.
You guys are easy to work with. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Boo? I'm like, what? They don't boo me.
Congrats.
They was like, boo. I'm like, what? I ain't say that. I don't get booed. I don't get booed. Boo.
Yeah, I see you.
I'm like,
Big straight left, a couple big shots. Davis trying to finish off Gamboa. Over Minnesota's down goes Gamboa. And this one is over. Gervonta Davis with the finish.
That right there is why people don't even care that Devin's undisputed and they still love Tank. Because he puts it on for his fans. You see, he was getting booed. He said, I can't get booed like I'm Devin Haney. Let me go finish this fight for my fans. And the fight where he could have easily accepted a wide unanimous decision win. He was up wide. It wasn't a close fight at all. But he said, you know what? I got to put on a show for my fans, the people that paid to see me. And Bill, that's the only way people are going to start supporting Devin, when he starts putting on a show. No more of the clown shit. No more of the dick eating, hating on social media, going in a grocery store, got old ladies looking at you like a weirdo, asking if you a professional wrestler.
No, I'm not a wrestler, no matter.
No more of that. Just put Lomachenko coming up. Make y'all statement there. Y'all make y'all statement. That's all that needs to be said. But that's what I got, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm out.